So we're going to be turning up this round window that I've got mounted on the lathe. You can see it's just kind of got a rough bandsawn finish from where I've cut out all the segments and glued them together. Going to be trying to get it something like this one here that I turned previously. It's really only skimming off 3 or so mils off all the surfaces, and then putting in that rebate for the glass to go into. This will be off. So I've already trued up the outside face, and with a straight edge that goes right across the window and a square, I can line up the tool rest so that I know I'll be cutting it pretty close to square when I take the cut off the outside edge here. Over on the chair you can see that I've got a whole stack of scrapers all sharpened up. Because they lose their edge pretty quick, it's nice just to have a pile of them ready to go so you're not continually stopping and sharpening. Rightio, so let's get into it.
I just turned it off,
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
Oh, it's back on. Go again.
We're nearly there, but there's still a few bandsaw cuts there to get out. On there. So I'll just keep working down until it's all nice and smooth. Well, I've got the outside done. Because it's sort of segmented construction, you don't really get much end grain, so you get quite a nice finish just off the tool. I will give that a sand later on, just to get it as good as possible. Okay, so I've now moved the tool rest around to the inside of the machine. Turning the inside is always a bit more, well, gets the heart racing a bit faster. It gets a bit risky turning right out on the edge of the tool rest. There's a few other little dangers you've got to watch for. Firstly, you've got to watch you don't bump your head on the spinning edge up here. Secondly, the inside tends to fill up with shavings rather quickly. So you've got to kind of keep pushing them out as you go. What you don't want is a big thing to come clumping down in here and jam in the tool rest. So we've got the inside diameter turned down pretty close to what we want it. The next step will be to turn the rebate. The rebate's going to be 50 mils deep, and in here I'm going to cut it in 10 mils, going out to 15 mils here, so there's a nice little runoff, because that's where, if this is going to be on the outside of the house, and you want water running off the glass. The last thing you want is it sort of pooling up in the bottom. My cameraman's had to go to work, so I won't be able to film this bit, but I'll go ahead and turn it and then just film a bit once it's done. So I've turned the inside rebate for the glass. It's all out of sand, first with 120 grit paper, then 180 grit. You could go further if you wanted to, but that's a pretty nice finish. So all I've really got to do now is undo the 8 screws that are holding it onto the faceplate. They're 100 mils long, about 14 gauge. Then I'll just have to plug the holes up that they leave, and it'll be ready to put some varnish on.